Oh my gosh, is it really you, my favorite YouTube community? I have missed you so much. And I'm not being dramatic, okay? A little bit dramatic, but it doesn't change that I have missed you. Today is an epic day. We are kicking off all things winter sewing, our winter sewing season. I am so passionate about it, and I want you to be so passionate about it that I think about it all the time. I think I have a problem. It's a great problem. I want you to have the same problems. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Winter Sewingville. My name is Kim. I feel like Prince when I say this. I am in North Carolina Zone 8A, formerly known as 7B. Okay, so today, what are we gonna do? We are going to talk a little bit about winter sewing. I want to share with you just a quick, brief overview of what winter sewing is, and I'm gonna get you passionate about it. I want you to try it. Even if you just take one container, you can do this. You can save your containers. Look, I have a half-gallon milk. I have orange juice. This is a creamer container. I have juice. I have my neighbors saving them and sending them. My latest is a cat litter container. I have these and I am really, really excited about. So we are using recycled materials that I planned ahead and I started saving, but it's not too late. You can do this. You can go ahead and start saving. I want to share with you what winter sewing is, what materials I am using, and then we're going to go on a field trip and we're actually going to purchase the supplies that I need. And I want to show you through my trials what works best for me. What is winter sewing? I thought you would never ask. Let me tell you about the love of my life, winter sewing. Winter sewing is when you take a container such as this one. This is a gallon water jug. Take this container and you start your seeds. And in this container, you are mimicking nature. What seeds do out in nature. One of the most common ways of starting seeds is indoors under grow lights. That takes up room. There is nothing wrong with that. I am not knocking it because I also do that inside. The part that I think I love the most about winter sewing is how low maintenance it truly is. Once you prepare your containers and you sow your seeds and you close these containers up, you set them outside, not indoors, outside, in a location, and you leave them the entire winter. And what happens is the soil can freeze. It's all in your area. So for here, the soil is going to freeze in this container with the seeds in it. It's going to thaw, it's going to freeze, it's going to thaw. This is what happens out in nature, right? And then before long, the soil is going to warm up enough to where the seed knows, it's time to germinate. And then it does. It starts the whole process in this container. So then when it's time to plant, when your last frost happens, which for me, it's April 20th, but last year it was May 1st. We had a frost up until May 1st. Here, you open your container. It is like Christmas, you guys. I cannot, I lose my mind. It is truly magical. It is one of the greatest experiences in my life. And I know that sounds crazy, but truly magical. You open this container and you have the most beautiful seedlings that are nicer. They are nicer than what you can find most of the time, generally speaking, at the store, at the nursery. I think the greatest part about the whole experience from start to finish is you're taking a seed pack, right? A seed pack that is very inexpensive, or seeds that you have collected, swapped from friends, inherited from your parents, or however you get your seeds. And for the price of that, plus the materials to prepare this, these are recycled materials, you have plants. And a lot of the varieties would be super expensive at the store, and you have plants to plant out, and it is just unbelievable. the one thing I do want to tell you, you have to make sure you don't have the cap on your winter sowing. And the one bit of maintenance is you are continually monitoring, I would say once a week at least, you are monitoring inside, you're going outside and you're looking in your container, and if the soil has dried out, like dried, you are going to take a spray bottle and you're going to mist it. The rain, Mother Nature waters it for you, but that's the one thing I want to make sure that I say. I don't want it to sound like you don't have to do anything, because you do. I'm going to make several videos. I'm going to do a live video, and I'm going to share a few things with you that I learned along the way as well. So winter sowing is the act of mimicking nature in a container through starting seeds. You want to have a translucent or transparent container. That is how you're going to start your seeds. Obviously, you want to have your seeds, whatever you want to start. You then have a way of preparing your container. You want to have drainage, and I will go through step by step exactly how to do this. I've already got one how-to, but I want to update it. I want to update everything I did because I had the most amazing experience last year, and I want to share. I wish I could figure out how much money I probably could. I need to do that. I want to know how much I spent, and let me show you what my garden looked like last year. So all of that was winter sowing. Every last plant that you just saw, winter sowing. Does that like get you going? You need to go shopping and look at the materials that I wanted to recommend to you. I rushed to the store, and guess what? It's pouring. So we are going to look at what we can, and then we're going to pick this back up tomorrow when I can show you the soil. So when you start your winter sowing, the process is you have your containers, like the gallon jugs. The other things that you need are a knife to be able to cut the container open, which I have at home. And you want to have drainage holes in the bottom so that your soil can properly drain. I used a drill and a drill bit last year, and it was very flimsy and was a struggle. One of you made the most amazing suggestion in using a wood burning tool. I tried it last year and it was epic. It was so fast. You just have to make sure that you do it outside because it's smoky, and the fumes of plastic, I'm sure, are not so good for your lungs. You want to be able to seal up the container, and I use duct tape. Don't use cheap duct tape. Here we are going to get a wood burning tool. We are going to get duct tape, and then I'm going to show you the marker that I prefer to use. I have several at home, so I'm not going to buy one today. Let's head into Walmart really quick. All right, so this is the Sharpie paint pen. This is the one that I prefer to use. It doesn't wash off in the elements. So this is the one that I would get. This is what I used, and it stayed really, really nice for the outside of the container. And then here's the duct tape. Be sure you don't get masking tape. Get duct tape. So they have all different colors, all different prices. It's the decorative ones there. You don't get as much. All right, I'm gonna get purple. Because who doesn't love purple? And they're $3.94 a piece here. Okay, so we have two options. This is the one that I had before, $13. And then here's this one. All right, I'm gonna get this, and the one that you need is the cone point tip. So this has it, and it's $13.44. So I'm gonna grab that too. Magically, I have had an appearance change, have new glasses. I can see. Life is so good. Being able to see is very underrated. We had the monsoon, went to Walmart, looked at some materials, and I just had to finally call it quits. It was so nasty and cold and windy and rainy. So it is Monday, and I am at Lowe's. I want to show you the soil. So I wanted to show you the different types of soil, and I want to show you what my favorite is. So in this video, this is my preferences, my opinion. There are so many good ones. I just want to show you what I like and what works best for me. All right, first I want to show you what you don't use. So this is garden soil. This is a no. So you really need to be very, very careful what is on the bag. Raised bed soil, no. Potting mix, yes. So that brand, I don't know. This is what I used last year, and it did okay. I had great results, but this is not my favorite. So if you use this, there's no problem with it. I just don't prefer it. This potting mix, it says potting mix, Miracle Grow in the yellow bag, I absolutely love. So that's what I will be using. There are, again, so many different kinds. Just make sure it is a potting mix and that you do your research. So this is the smaller bag. I usually get a great big bag and go through 2 or 3 of them, but I do a lot. So this is 25 quarts. Okay, let's go look inside. So this is something I wanted to show you do not want to get. So this is seed starting potting mix. This is for indoor. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, you just want a little bit sturdier material. Go with the potting mix. See, seed starting potting mix is for indoors. Big difference. I want to show you some of the containers now that we've seen the soil, the tape, the marker. We've talked about what winter sowing is. I want to show you some of the containers that I have found that I'm saving. So we have our standard jug, juice container. So this is transparent. We want translucent or transparent. Ziploc bags have even been a fan favorite. My newest is cat litter containers. So these are huge. They're translucent, and I think they'll work great. You can even use half-gallon milk jugs or 2 liters. I've used these. What I do not recommend is using any single-use water bottles like 8 or 12 ounce. I'm not sure the ounces. I did those last year, and what I found is they dried out really quickly, and I had to really stay on top of the watering, and they didn't have enough room for the roots to grow well. So I don't recommend doing the single water bottles, you know, like I wish I had one, but like not even this big. What you have to remember is that you are going to be filling soil in probably here. So you want to allow a little bit of room. If, I'm going to say this, if the only way that you can winter sow is by saving your drink water bottles, do it. It doesn't matter. Just know you're going to have to be a little bit more on top of your maintenance, making sure that you are monitoring the container for dryness. You do not want to let it dry out for an extended period of time. So if you don't have rain outside, if you don't have snow, if it's dry and the temperature starts to rise, be sure you just go out, take a peek. If it looks dry, take your mister and spritz it. You're good. So amazing. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are on that. Anything and everything winter sowing. Are y'all excited? We get to start. So I went to Lowe's and I saw they have their seeds out. It just kind of gets real, right? So we're January. My birthday's in like a week and a half. So I keep finding all these things that I want for my birthday winter sowing. seeds, right? Anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for being the best part of this. I read your comments and I just am humbled beyond belief. I have so many ideas for videos, and I appreciate your patience and your grace for my absence. Hopefully it is not going to be like that anymore. And I am so excited to have a lot of ideas to bring you for winter sewing. I hope you have a fantastic day. Go out, get your hands dirty, get your containers, save your containers, get your seeds, get your tape. We're going to do all the things winter sewing, okay? Have a great day. Take care.